Hello everyone, it's Jamarl Thomas. Welcome to the Progressive Soapbox. I hope everybody's doing okay this morning. I set this video up to be done last night, and it was pretty late into the night, so I figured I'd do it this morning. Stop Bezos. Stop Jeff Bezos. At least his company. The reason why I'm saying stop Bezos is because this has become endemic. It's corporate welfare. For all intents and purposes, Jeff Bezos is a welfare queen, just like the owners of Walton's. They are also welfare queens. What I mean by that is, in order for them to get their billions of dollars, they are relying on the government taking up the slack. Taking up the slack. There are several multi-billion-dollar companies in this country that have people who work at those companies who are on welfare. Think about that. They're paid so little at companies where people are making so much that they require welfare. Now, I find this to be amazing on a few points, that people would allow such a thing, meaning the 99% would allow the 1% to. For the lowliest worker, the person who brings in the goods into the factory from Walmart, the person who brings it across the Atlantic or wherever it's coming from, the person who assembles it, the person who puts it in a checkout counter, the person who rings it when you pay that particular individual, the person who stocks it. All of these people are important and vital to the processing of what Walmart does. And yet, there's somebody who sits in this chain, who sits at the top of this chain, who has billions of dollars. The Walton family. There are other people who are in this chain, the people who work at the counters, the people who actually do the labor itself required for that company to pursue its ends. Many of them are on welfare. Many of them are using government services. Is it right? Is it proper? Is it fair? Is it something that you want as a tax-paying citizen of this country to have who are in this country who make billions of taxpayers subsidizing Amazon? Do you want your tax dollars subsidizing Walmart? There are plenty of companies where this is true for. Bernie Sanders, stop Bezos' plan. The point of the plan is, look, if you're a multi-billion-dollar company and you're making billions and billions of dollars, pay your people a decent wage. If the people in this country who are working at these companies who are making multi-billions of dollars, and mind you, Amazon doesn't pay taxes. Amazon pays no taxes. So you're screwed in two ways. In one way, the company itself, despite everybody in the processing of action from the standpoint of Amazon being crucial to Amazon being able to make its profits, it still pays these people little of nothing while putting these people in horrendous working conditions. The 99%, for whatever reason, gets it in its head that it's okay for them to be treated like shit, meaning themselves. It's okay for them to work in companies to treat them in this way. It's okay for them to be paid such a lowly wage. These things are okay even if companies make billions of dollars. I'm saying that's a weird way of looking at these affairs. You're being screwed in multiple ways. In one way, they're not paying you a decent wage, even though you're necessary to this process. The person who pours the coffee, the person who sweeps the floor, the person who flushes the toilet, the person who keeps the lights on, the person who checks to make sure that the air quality in your particular place is conducive to you living and breathing. All of those people are vital to the process. And yet wealth continually gets expropriated to the top. I'm saying that's nonsense. Come to your senses. And I'm talking to the 99% on this. I understand. The king will want to be worshipped as a king. The Jeff Bezos Act. All right, that's a detour. You're being screwed in several ways. In the first way, you're not being paid a decent wage. You have a multi-billion-dollar company. That multi-billion-dollar company expropriate wealth to the top while at the same token not paying you a decent wage. In the second way, from the standpoint of society itself, because that person is not paid a decent wage and the company is to make multi-billions of dollars, we have to make up the gap with our tax dollars. Stop Bezos. Stop Bezos. I'm going to end it here. I'm not going to keep this one long. I want to keep this one short. Look, there's a secondary part to this. Not only do they want to not pay those people a decent wage because that allows them to maximize their profit, but there's a secondary side to this where pay this person a decent wage. Not only am I going to force this person to rely on governmental assistance, I am now going to attack the government itself that's assisting that person who's receiving benefits because I'm not paying them a decent wage. Like, it's fuckery on multiple levels. It's fuckery on multiple levels. Stop Bezos. I would argue there's a better way to do this, even though I understand the political dynamite of this. You're trying to get the money at the back end, as opposed to organizing yourself in a way where the money is not distributed to Bezos to the tune of $150 billion in the first place. But nevertheless, the political perspective of this and the language of this, I like. Corporate welfare. Oh, by the way, look at this. The wealthiest companies, Starbucks, Walmart, Amazon, have thousands of people that work there that are on starvation wages. According to the latest state, about 36,000 workers in Washington received SNAP benefits as recently as August 23rd. The federal government sets income guidelines for SNAP, but in general, a single person will qualify if they earn less than $1,945 gross per month, or about $12 per hour. Multi-billion-dollar companies. This is not the mom and pop argument. Be clear. This is not, I'm a mom and pop, I'll open up a pizza shop and I can't afford to pay $15 an hour. That's not that. This is the Waltons with $40 billion don't want to pay people a decent wage because that allows them to get their $40 billion. Sometimes this argument is confused as if we're talking about the same thing. There are different economic realities. There is a difference between the 1% and the 99%. I'm making the point of collective self-interest. It is in our collective self-interest to say that we should be paid a decent wage, especially if the organization, the company that the person is working for, can afford it. Do you honestly believe that Jeff Bezos, with $150 billion, or a company that has allowed him to get $150 billion, can't afford to pay people at Amazon that he treats like shit a decent wage? Is that the argument that's being made? I would love to have that argument with anybody. I'd love to have that argument. Just so we're clear, these companies force these people to work harder, to work longer. At least in some cases, they would push the people on part-time and so they don't have to pay them certain wages and everything else. But just so you can see the list of companies. Walmart, McDonald's, Safeway, Fred Meyer, Uber, Amazon, Express Employment, Dollar Tree, AmeriCorps, Goodwill, LaborWorks, Subway, Jack in the Box, Home Depot, Taco Bell, Public Partnership, Burger King, UPS, Target, Starbucks, Express, SSPS, Ross, Wendy's, YMCA. Oh, shame on you, YMCA. Lowe's, Ricard, Pizza Hut, Lyft, True Blue, Dairy Queen, Winco, Command Center, Costco, Walgreens, Red Robin. Oh, Red Robin. My wife loves Red Robin. They don't pay their people a decent wage. That's awesome. FedEx, Logic Staffing, Macy's, Denny's. Yeah, I stopped eating at Denny's when they had that racist stuff going on. Papa Murphy's, don't know what that is. Taco Time, Staff Mark, People Ready, Arby's. My wife loves Arby's. It's great. Who's wearing that t-shirt saying I love my job is not being paid a decent wage. UPS, or USPS, United States Postal Service. Oh, shame on you, sir. But the difference is Republicans have been attacking them and attacking their wages. ASAP, KFC, CSL, Plasma. We stopped being at KFC when there was a rat in the food in Virginia. I'm putting this at the bottom. You can see for yourself. You can see for yourself. You can support these companies all you want. Just know that the companies that you're supporting, the person who's wearing that shirt saying, I love my job, is not being paid a decent wage to do that job that the company is forcing them to say that they love. That's awesome. All right, guys. If you enjoyed the content, please feel free to share, like, subscribe. You can always support the Patreon. I'll see you guys in a few. Oh, by the way, Even if you can support with $1, it helps. I know I say that all the time, but I've been saying it more often because I've been trying to fundraise for the channel because the channel has been gut. Please consider supporting the show either through PayPal or Patreon. By the way, and I'm going to end it on this. Power chats. I'm going to read power chats even if it's not on the video. So Tim Jansen, thank you very much. I appreciate your contribution to the show. All right, guys. You have a good one. I'll see you guys shortly. Thanks.